It is an atomic bomb. It is a harnessing of the basic power of the universe.
When President Harry Truman revealed the United States unleashed the most terrifying weapon in human history, people saw no photos of the mushroom cloud or the devastation. It took almost a week for those pictures to make the papers. The day the first atomic bomb hit Japan, the first images people saw were from Ed Westcott, as the government revealed the fuel for the bomb came from an enormous secret city called Oak Ridge.
Ed Westcott's photographs. He made 15,000 images. The history of Oak Ridge as it evolved over time.
Later in life, a stroke stole his ability to speak. But in 2015, his son-in-law helped Westcott share the stories of the photos, worth more than words.
He was the only person permitted to have a camera in the beginning, and he was stopped numerous times by the military police, and he had an ID badge that he would show that he was allowed to take photographs. The building of 3 nuclear plants as well as the city life.
Westcott was outgoing and bold enough to bargain with anyone for a good picture. Even the scientific director of the Manhattan Project, Robert Oppenheimer.
The photograph he took of Oppenheimer in the guest house, he asked Mr. Westcott to get him a pack of cigarettes. So he did, and in turn, he took his photograph. You don't see many of those.
Westcott not only gained rare access, his shots featured incredible focus.
The sharpness of his photographs, how clear his black and white shots were.
But more than the buildings and the science that introduced the atomic age, Westcott's photos captured the people hidden behind the gates.
The ladies leaving Y-12 in the shift change, or the Calutron girls where they're sitting at the machines.
I would say about 65 to 70% of it was about the community, not about the construction of the bomb, the separation of uranium. I think it was more the spirit of the community.
8 days after the first atomic bomb hit Japan, Westcott took what may be his most famous photograph of the people celebrating peace.
He stood up on the flatbed of a truck capturing of the people as they were that evening, and it just happened to turn out to be a great photograph.
Hey, Ed!
Westcott lived to see his images develop into a centerpiece for a new Manhattan Project National Historical Park in Oak Ridge. Westcott died in March 2019. When we reflect on a terrible war, and a weapon that made the world tremble, and the work at Oak Ridge that changed history, we do so through the work of Ed Westcott.
Well, if you ask Ed what he thought about all of that, he'd say he's just doing his job. So he's a pretty modest man, but he certainly enjoys the publication of his photographs, and some are world-renowned.
In Oak Ridge, Jim Matheny, WBIR 10 News.